She drove everyone everywhere for years, and the one time she asked for gas money they called her greedy. He borrowed her AirPods, came back drunk, and handed her someone else's pair. And a teenager was trusted to guard 300 pounds for her disabled sister's trip, then her own mother came asking for it. 3 stories. 3 verdicts. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Confession Loop. These stories come straight from Reddit's AITA forum, where real people ask the internet one question: was I the asshole? Names have been changed. Drop your verdict in the Story 1, the gas money setup. For years she has been the driver. Every barbecue, every summer cottage, every trip out of town. She hardly drinks, she is the only one with a car, and somewhere along the way it just became the norm. Everyone looked to her whenever the group needed to go somewhere. It did not bother her before. She had a stable job, money was not an issue, and even when people forgot to pay her back she never kept track. Then she got laid off. She found another job, but the pay is significantly lower. After rent and bills, there is very little left until payday. She told her friends about this ahead of time, without making a big deal of it. When the group decided to plan an overnight lake trip, 6 or 7 people. A grill, meat, tents, the whole thing, they immediately started discussing what time she would pick everyone up. Nobody offered to find another solution. Nobody volunteered to stay sober and drive. They just assumed. She calmly said she could give them a ride, but only if everyone chipped in for gas up front. She literally did not have enough money to fill the tank. Everyone agreed. The day before the trip she messaged the group chat reminding them she needed the money right away or she would not be able to go. The responses were the usual: "Do not worry about it, we will pay you back, we would never let you down," she wrote again. She was not going without the money. Nobody responded seriously. A couple of jokes. She assumed they had found another way. That morning she did not show up, her phone exploded. They had already bought food. They were counting on her. One person said she had become greedy and money-grabbing since getting fired. She is asking Reddit, what exactly was she supposed to do? Top comments. Reddit was furious on her behalf. The top comment said, "You told them multiple times. You were clear. You gave them every opportunity. They chose not to take you seriously and then blamed you for the consequences of their own choice." Many people pointed out the word greedy. She drove them everywhere for years, often without being paid back, and the one time she asked for something she genuinely needed she became the problem. Someone said, they did not forget. They just assumed that if they ignored it long enough you would go anyway. When you did not, they had nobody to be angry at but themselves. The most upvoted comment said, "You are not their personal driver. You are their friend. There is a difference and they forgot it a long time ago." Verdict, not the asshole. Reddit said she owes nobody an apology and might want to rethink who she calls friends. Transition. Our next story involves a pinky promise. Story 2, the AirPods setup. Her boyfriend Matt asked to borrow her AirPods for a train ride to a party out of town. She was hesitant. She is a student and could not afford to replace them. She agreed on one condition: he would bring them back exactly as they were. He pinky promised. Matt came home from the party pretty drunk and handed them back. She put one in her ear. Something felt off. Her phone did not connect automatically. When she tried to reconnect, she realized these were not her AirPods. Same model, different pair. They belonged to someone else entirely. She tracked her real AirPods. They showed up at a random address near the party. Not the host's house. Somewhere else entirely. The next morning Matt drove to the address. He came back with her AirPods completely smashed and destroyed. Apparently someone had found them at the train station after they had been run over. His solution? She could just keep the replacement pair because they belonged to his friend Jason, and Jason already owed Matt money anyway. Problem solved apparently, except it was not. The replacement pair works fine, but it is not hers. The play sound feature for the case does not work on this pair, something she used every single day. And beyond the practical issue, she only agreed to lend them because he promised to return her actual pair safely. That promise was broken. When she brought up the idea of him simply buying her a new pair, he got slightly upset. Said he had tried to fix the situation. Told her to give him a break because he had a lot going on. She is asking Reddit, is she wrong for wanting him to replace what he broke? Top comments, Reddit was not impressed with Matt. The top comment said, he made a promise, broke it, came home drunk, and handed you someone else's property as a solution. Buying you a new pair is the bare minimum. Many people pointed out that the Jason arrangement was Matt using a debt between himself and his friend to solve a problem he caused for his girlfriend. She had nothing to do with that debt and should not be part of that settlement, someone said. The fact that he got upset when you suggested he replace them tells you everything about how seriously he takes his responsibility here. The most upvoted comment said, he pinky promised and came home drunk. That is the whole story, verdict, not the asshole. Reddit said Matt owes her a new pair of AirPods and a genuine apology. Transition, our last story is the heaviest one today. A teenager, a gambling mother, and £300 meant for a day her sister has been looking forward to. Story 3, the Thorpe Park money, setup. Her family receives support from a family fund service because of her autistic sister. The fund gave her mother £300 specifically for a family day out at Thorpe Park. Her mother has a history of gambling and budgeting problems. She has gambled away her share of the rent multiple times and borrowed from family members to cover it. When the first payment came in directly to her mother, it disappeared. Her mother said it went on bills. When she checked her mother's bank, her mother had given her access to monitor spending. There were multiple gambling transactions. Her father later got some back pay and replaced the £300. This time the money was given directly to her to keep safe. Her parents both asked her to hold on to it and not give any to her mother if she asked. Then her mother asked for £90 from the Thorpe Park money to buy clothes. She said no. She was genuinely worried the money would disappear again and the trip would not happen. She had been looking forward to it for a long time. She suggested her mother wait one day, get the money she was expecting from market research, and buy the clothes then. Her mother escalated immediately. Shouting, swearing, called her controlling, and accused her of stealing. Threatened to cancel the tickets. When she found out she could not cancel them, she told her autistic sister to take a friend instead, cutting her out of top comments. Reddit was heartbroken and furious at the same time. The top comment said, you are a child being asked to parent your parent. You did exactly what you were trusted to do and got punished for it. Many people pointed out that her mother's reaction, threatening to cut her out of her disabled sister's trip, was a deeply cruel response to a teenager doing the right thing. Someone said, she did not just ask for the money. She shouted, swore, called you names, and tried to take away something your sister has been looking forward to. All because you said no to £90. The most upvoted comment said, you are not controlling her. You are protecting your sister. Those are completely different things and your mother knows it. Verdict, not the asshole. Reddit said she is doing an incredibly difficult thing with maturity beyond her years and she deserves enormous credit for it. OUTRO, 3 stories. A driver who finally said no and got called greedy for it. A boyfriend who pinky promised and came home drunk with the wrong AirPods. And a teenager standing between her gambling mother and her autistic sister's one day out. Which one hit you the hardest? Drop your verdict in the comments. Subscribe for new stories every week on Confession Loop. See you in the next one.